Shalom, balance, paradise, righteousness, all back up in the lab. One more again, starting a new series, West Coast series this time, and I'm kicking it off with, as we can see, a legend. We got with me none other than Pizzo, the Heater Mine, former AWOL record artist, West Coast Mafia, father, and so much more, man. We're gonna get into it, man. Welcome to the broadcast sibling. What do you do?
Hey, what up? What up? What up? What up, world?
We in here, man. We got it done. We're doing the thizzle wiggle. Many are called, but few are chosen.
That's right.
So welcome, man. So, you know, before we even get into to the build, man. So how are you doing, sibling, man, in respect to this crazy, tumultuous 2020? What do you do?
Man, to be honest with you, this been the craziest year probably of everybody's life, but for the most part, I'm just happy to be alive and breathing and still being able to make music every day. That's it.
Give thanks. Give thanks. I hear that. I hear that.
It could always be worse. You know what I'm saying?
This is it, man. This is it. Cup always half full. I'm talking
Man,
about
always,
there's people.
always, man. I had a little health scare early this year, so ever since then, I got a whole new outlook on life.
Okay, okay, okay. So so that's giving you the impetus to reevaluate the physical self now. Are we looking at that kind of thing?
The physical, the metaphysical, the
Yeah.
spiritual, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All that. You know what I mean? Just the future, the legacy that I want to leave behind, whatever for my kids. You know what I'm saying? My name, my energy, all that. You feel me? It's different.
Mm, mm. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. The awakening is spreading very far, man. Many awakenings, grand awakenings. People are finding self, and if they're not finding self, they're trying to find self, or maybe even
Right.
reinvent self. So that's the
Right.
mission, man. We can't stay stagnant with this here. You know, we are not.
Yeah.
Tomorrow isn't promised, unfortunately.
Never. Never. For real.
So
Tomorrow is never from
we got to get it in while we can get it in, man, and try and do the right thing
yeah,
versus this
yeah,
lefty shit that they're trying to promote. But
yeah.
yeah, man, give thanks, man. Glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. So let's jump in this here DeLorean, man, and go back in time.
Okay. Let's
Where
do it.
where was we born and raised, sibling?
I was born in Berkeley, California, Alta Bates Hospital. You know what I'm saying? For those that know. And then I was raised in Oakland, East Oakland. And then Quake of '89, we moved to Susoon, and that's where I've been. Pretty much ever since till I came to Vegas.
Right. Okay. So paint me a picture of what was it like growing up in let's talk about East Oakland. What was it like
Okay,
growing up in
yeah.
East Logan as a youngster?
Well, it was just me and moms. Pops was in and out of here and there, so it was just that early Oakland life. Mom trying to keep me out the streets, keep me in school.
Hmm.
Stay on the right path, try to keep me from falling into the wrong situations and whatnot. So that's what it is.
Okay, okay. So what was high school and well, not even just high school. What was your schooling experience like? Did you have a positive experience? What,
In Oakland.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, for the most part, I was because I was. I mean, I lived in Oakland at that age till about 12 or something like that, or yeah, something like that. So it was just elementary school and
Mm,
whatnot. So just being a kid, being a little kid in Oakland, yeah, it was cool. We doing little kid stuff, riding bikes, and just back then we was break dancing and whatnot. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
So
Just having fun,
just being
man.
little kids. Yeah, yeah. So kind of like my mom kind of moved me up out of Oakland, like right before I got to that little phase where I'm trying to hang out on the block and you
Mm,
know what I mean. So all that I saw in Oakland, I took that to Susoon with me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
And
you
what kind of
know,
things were you getting into? What kind of interests were you into schooling wise, education wise? Was it the books or was you more into athletics and shit or
um, back then, man, I was in the school. Really, you know, I was in the gate program, math Olympics out in the town, and all the little stuff out there in Oakland. My mom had me in all that. So you know, I was going to the summer schools at the Oakland Techs and all that.
okay.
So you know what I mean. So I didn't really start bad behavior until I got to 707. You
Okay.
know,
Well, that's with
really.
age. Uh,
Yeah, so basically, I was just absorbing everything in my early days in the town, and then you know, I kind of took that. Cause when we moved to Susoon, it was still super slow. That was
mhm,
like in '89. That was before it was like it is now. You feel what I'm saying? So you know,
right. Okay.
it was a whole
Okay.
different situation out there from then till now.
And so, all right then. So let's kind of stay with that kind of before we get to the 707.
Yeah.
What are we? What's mom's doing in regards to spiritual or religious practices? Is mom's into church or like what we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. You know, at that age, you know, I was heavily around my grandmother. You know, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But I was heavily around her, so she had me at church all the time. You feel me? Sunday school, and you know what I mean. I even sang in the choir a little bit back then. You know, I played the organ in the church and all that back then. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I've been involved in like music since way back. I
Okay.
took piano lessons when I was a kid back in Oakland and everything. You feel me?
Yay. So what you can do the thing on the piano.
You know, a little bit. You know what I mean? I kind of fell off with it as far as the technical part, but I still know what I'm doing. No, I still know. You know, I know how to read
Yeah.
music and all that stuff.
Give
You know?
thanks. Okay. So okay, around that time, what are we playing in in the tape deck, man? What's in the tape deck around this kind of time?
Let's see. Around them times, Beastie Boys, LL Cool J, Rakim,
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? Too Short, MC Hammer.
Hammer, yes.
Uh, I mean, around them times, it was pretty much about that. Yeah, you
Okay.
know.
Any cool G rap?
I like Coogee Rap. Yeah, he was dope. He was dope.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he was definitely dope. I definitely respected him what he did as a lyricist and whatnot back then. But, you know,
100%.
I was LL was my dude back then. Though that you know, cut creator and all that. That was my shit back then. You
Definite,
know what I'm saying?
definite.
That was my shit. I grew up on all that.
Yep, yep.
You
So,
know?
at what point do we start to hear more local artists, and really not just hear them occasionally, but really start to see them start to really bubble, and you're hearing a lot more diversity and not what we, as you just highlighted, the type of major artists. So when do we start to see that them indies and underground artists starting to bubble?
Um, from my opinion, I'd have to say like around the early '90s,
Mm,
92, 91. You know what I mean? That's when I really started getting into people that I don't just see on MTV Raps back then. You know what I mean?
yes,
Back then,
yes.
it was MTV Raps and all that,
Yo,
basement and all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that no more. So you know,
with Fab Five Freddy, yes,
oh
indeed.
yeah, yeah, you already know. That's the old school right there. Fab Five Freddy. Come on
Def.
the weekend. Everybody's tuning into that everywhere. I'm sure.
Yeah, man, that was a global thing, man. If you was into this hip hop slash rap, you had to lock into your MTV raps with Fab Five Freddy, man.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Okay, so who can you remember what particular artist or group you was kind of feeling around them the early 90s?
As far as local wise or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, 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 local. I want to keep this local, man.
um, I'd have to go with 415.
Okay.
J, J, JT the bigger figure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, rapping around and all them, the click. You know
Uh,
what I'm saying? The 40 was coming out with his, you know, Mr. Flamboyant was out and whatnot. So, you know, Mac Mall,
Matt
all them, I
Moore.
started gravitating to all that kind of music. That was even before I even hooked up with AWOL and Bo and all them. So, you know, that was before all that. Well, actually, I
Okay.
hooked yeah, I was like right around, but right before that.
Yeah. Okay. You just named
Yeah,
some legends right there, man. 100%. Dangerous Crew as well.
yeah,
And Banks was
yeah.
obviously doing his thing. All right. So when do we start to start, obviously, because you're going to be reciting the lyrics and all that, when do we start to feel ourselves and start saying, yo, you know what? I'm going to do this here, man. I'm going to start doing some rapping.
Um, I'd have to say when I was in high school, Armio, my boy Courtney Smith, he was on the bus and he let me hear some shit he had did on a Walkman. This before CDs. This is Walkman tapes. So
Hey,
you
explain
know
that,
what I'm saying?
sibling,
You
because
know
some
what
of
I'm saying?
these
I
young
got
youngsters, they don't know about that
yeah.
there, man.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta throw that in just to let them know how long much experience I got up in this. But anyway, yeah. So that was on a cassette tape. He let me hear it, and I was just mesmerized with how he was able to do that and make it sound like something that you normally hear on whatever. You know what I mean? So I got amazed with it, and ever since then I've been wanting to do it. And ever since then I started writing, and then I started writing in my across the street neighbor, my boy Wendell. We used to just be sitting up in the garage drinking, and I'd be writing, and that's where it all started. That's
And
where it all started. I was before AWOL, before I did any recording, anything ever, and that's just how it started right there. Shout out to Courtney Smith from the town. You know what I'm saying? Caesar, young Caesar.
town business, man.
Yep, all day.
Okay, right. So what age are we talking now? We're talking
Uh,
what,
see,
late
so
teens?
I was in 10th grade. So what's that like? Oh, 14 or something, 13, something like that. 14,
Damn,
13.
okay.
How old were you in 10th grade? I forgot. I
I
think
don't
it's
we
like 14, some
we don't
13,
we
14.
remember, sibling, over here we don't get the grades thing, man, so I can't help you with that there.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I forgot. Yeah, where you at again?
UK, man, Birmingham.
Okay, you in the United Kingdom. Okay, that's what's up.
Yes,
That's what's up. That's
definitely.
what's up. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope right there.
Um, what
Yeah.
what do we have as a rap name? Was we Pizzo at this time? Or
To be honest with you, uh, I got the name Pizzo before I started rapping. I used to be in electronics class, and there was this, I don't know, there's a type of electricity called piezo electric, and I just liked it the way it sound, piezo. I don't know, I just took it, and then you run with some fools in high school, and y'all got little nicknames and little names y'all call each other. So I needed one too. So I named myself Pizzo, and it's been that when I started rapping, that's what it was. P-I-double-Z-O.
yay. No, and listen, sibling, ain't no rapper got your name, man. Very individual and unique, man.
Yeah, I mean, back then when I found out it was one dude named Pizzo, DJ Pizzo. He older than me, like DJ. Actually, he was too short DJ back in the day. But
Uh,
now I ain't no telling. Any Pizzos came after that, I don't know.
you birthed them, yeah, sibling, you
I
birthed them,
don't
man.
know. I ain't gonna say that, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I ain't wasn't no Pizzos out when I came out.
Oh, definitely not, man. Definitely not.
In no way, shape, or form. No matter what the spelling is looking like. You feel me?
Hmm.
It's good though. We all trying to make it. We all pushing, so it's good. It's all love.
Exactly, exactly. Each one teach 12, man. You know what I mean?
What's up, Chill Mac?
It's about that.
Chill Mac and 70 Savage tapped in. I see you.
Yeah. So explain the progression, obviously. So we start doing this from like what, 13, 14 now, and
Yeah.
so we're making our own tapes. What's that process like? Has someone got their own studio that you got access to, or is this like really
Nah,
rudimentary stuff?
at that point, I wasn't even recording yet. I'm just writing, trying to find my way to try to find a way to record. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And I don't know if that was before or after, but I met my boy No Face, and he had a studio. He was like one of the first people out in Fairfield that I hooked up with that had like equipment enough to be able to take music and put vocals with it and make a song. You feel what I'm saying? So it kind of started from there.
mm,
We kind of started in his garage, like recording and making music and stuff like that. And then it transitioned to my boy T Roy and a couple other people in Fairfield soon that helped me help me become the artist that I am as far as recording and giving me that opportunity to learn and grow. You know what I mean?
So from when you first started doing your was you ever into the freestyle and was always pad and pen?
I used to try, but I never could just because I overthink things too much. So it's like I can't just every time I get started, I get to overthinking too
Yeah,
much and I fuck up.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah. I
don't
hear
know.
that.
I gotta be in like I gotta be in a super zone to just to freestyle like that. Like you know what I mean. I ain't gonna keep. I'm gonna keep it 100. That just ain't my thing. You feel me? I
Mm,
mean, if I'm vibing out with some of the homies and we turned up something, yeah, I might get a few bars in, but
yes, yes.
I ain't never really just been out there like, man, that's up to Fabby Davis and all
Yeah,
them,
man. Fabi for shiggity.
them cats and TT Mass and you know what I mean. Them cats is raw with the freestyle, you know what I'm saying, and people that I know personally, you know what I mean.
Mm, it's definitely an art. It's definitely an art.
Definitely,
So, all right then.
definitely.
So, you hooked up with a brother there in Fairfield. Um,
Yeah.
we're recording stuff, right? So, are we just giving this out to the homies, or like how what's that kind of thing like?
Nah, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it for myself at this point. Just doing it. Just kind of getting to that point where okay, I'm doing music now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it still hasn't got to that point yet. I'm just still just kind of dibbling and dabbling,
Mm.
recording where I can, finding places where I can go and that'll let me record. You know what I mean? Because it was back in the day. Everybody didn't have studios back in the day like that.
Very different
And
times, man.
everybody didn't have a laptop and an iMac, and you know what I mean. It wasn't like that back then.
Mm. We're talking early days, man. We're talking early days of this year.
That's before everything was so convenient. You know what I mean? You had to really know what you're doing and had the right equipment. You know what I mean?
And as you say,
So,
you had
yeah.
to have the right equipment. You had to know the right people. It wasn't as simple now as just recording into your phone, into your fiddle
Yeah,
and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
exactly. Exactly. All you need is your phone to make a song nowadays.
You know what I'm talking about? There was a lot that went along with it. So homing your craft, how long or at what point did you say, okay, I've been doing this, I've been writing this here now, I've made this connection, with this brother. I'm actually in a spin, I got access to recording equipment kind of thing. When did we feel confident enough to say, okay, I'm gonna actually let other people hear this now. I'm gonna put this out.
I'd have to say when I did the battle rap on the radio, they had a little battle rap thing in Fairfield. I don't remember what radio station it was, but it was one of those battle rap thing. I think I don't remember the name of it, but it was back in the '90s, early '90s, and I did that, and I think I came in second place, or I might have won. I don't remember. I either came in second place or I won. I don't
Mm.
know, but that's what really gave me the confidence. Like, okay, I can really do this. Then I'm gonna keep at it. You feel me? And then that's kind of where it all started from. Because then I hooked up with Mike Mosley, and that's when I hooked up with AWOL, and then it just
So,
kind of took
oh,
off from
okay,
there.
okay. Don't go too quick, sibling. Don't go too quick, man. Let's slow this down a little, some, man.
Stories, man. I got stories. We ain't gonna even have enough time for all my stories, bro. For real. I got stories.
Yay. All right. So, okay, so we did that DMA, on the radio. So clearly we must have created some kind of buzz. So did Mike Mosley get in contact with you and say, hey, what do you do, man?
I actually met him through AWOL, through T and whatnot. The person that started AWOL Records, I met Mike through him. So, we kind of vibe like that. You know what I mean? Because Mike was working on the gas chamber, and they was doing other little business and whatnot. So that's kind of how I got into that. And then Mike did a compilation back then, and I did a song called Oodles and O's, and that was like really the first thing that I was on that was like a real project or something. You know what I mean?
What was the name of
That was
that project?
circulating. So that man, you know what? Y'all hold on right quick. Mike Mosley just pulled up. I'm gonna go get him and
Yeah,
ask
man.
him. Y'all hold
Yeah,
on right
man.
quick.
Blessed.